Hi guys, happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stamping A to Z, your what is it and how to of all things Stampin' Up. Oh, I just realized I left my messy closet open back here. We don't need that. Okay, sorry, I'm a few minutes late today. I don't know. I was behind on my cards for today and I had all my ideas and I think I've been distracted. Anyways, so I'm going to do my last card on the fly today. We're going to, I'll be making it and making mistakes with you, so bear with me. We're going to have lots of fun. I'm using window sheets again, but in a whole new way. This is a total twist on window sheets. So hopefully you like these ideas. Super easy. You can use it with anything, so I'm just going to give you some ideas today. I just wanted to remind you that we still have our special on to join my team. You get an extra $90 worth of free stuff when you join. So if you have a wish list of over $135, then contact me and ask me how this works, because it's probably worth your while. The other thing is the new paper pumpkin that's coming out. So the latest date to subscribe for that, if you aren't already subscribed, is June 10th. It is a farmer's market themed. It has 9 cards and envelopes, plus a cute little canvas bag that you can gift your cards in. So that'll be a fun one, so don't miss out on that. And I'm just gonna spin you around because I think this is gonna be, I'm gonna try and be as quick as I can because I think it's gonna be a longer one. So, ooh, squeak. I might, oh, and I forgot the volume again, as usual. Okay, I don't know if it'll let me zoom in, so we'll just, sorry, I hope I'm not making you seasick here. We'll adjust that. And we'll try and bring it up here so I can see. Okay, you can see I've got a mess all around me. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find half my stuff as I go, but we will try. So this first, like I said, we are working with window sheets today. So they come in a pack of 2 12x12s, and I cannot recall how much they are. Probably around $8, I think. Totally reasonable, totally doable, and they go a long way. And like I said before, you can use the sheets out of the stamp sets. The cling stamp sets, I believe, is where I pulled them out of. So all I did was I took a piece, I cut it down, and you want to score it in the middle. This piece is an odd size. Oh, no, it's 3.5. So 1 and not 5/8 probably. That would be right? That's about half. It doesn't have to be exact. You can always trim it if it's not. And you want to really give it a good scoring. And I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to score it again just to really break it up. Okay, so you can see I put some good pressure on there. And then we have our scored line, and you're just going to bend it. Now you've got some options. You can put some tear and tape on before you start. You could use, what else could you use? I'm wondering if you could use the adhesive sheets, but I don't know if they're sticky enough. I didn't put the tear and tape on first. If you have a thicker tear and tape, you can totally use that. But I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus just because it's easier. I don't have to pre-plan, and I don't have a thicker one out right now. So I've got it cut, and I'm just going to, well, I could set it aside or I could cut. So what I want right now is I want to make some hinges. So all I'm going to do is I want my little mini cutter. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was one of the deals if you joined my team quite a while ago. They had this little, I don't think it's in the catalog though. It was kind of just a one-time get it for free kind of deal. So here I've got some hinges. Now you can see they're not the same length, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. I've got, okay, I'm pulling out a golden oldie, the Celebrate Sunflowers. This has been one of my favorite flower sets. I'm not huge flowers, but I think sunflowers are one of my, I love Gerber daisies, and I just love this set. And this set lended itself perfectly for this technique. My words. Okay, so I've got the dies and I've got the stamp set. I have done some work ahead of time so that I'm not boring you. So I stamped and colored some leaves, and I cut out the sunflower die. I think this is the copper foil. And then I've got the sunflowers stamped in soft suede. And then I cut out 2 more sunflowers, and you'll see why. So you've got 2 empty ones. You've got this one. Now, so you want to color this one first, and ideally I should have pre-colored it so we don't have to, not sitting there waiting for me. What I'll do is I'm just going to quickly just do a quick watercolor of this, get some color on because it would look kind of plain otherwise. I'm using crushed curry here. And you'll see it's going to pull in some of the brown because unless you use a StazOn, your regular inks are water-based, so you put water on it and they'll bleed. But I'm okay with that because it just kind of gives it that added color, because flowers are not like one solid color. And it kind of goes lighter to darker, so I was good with it bleeding. Now, say hi, comment. I'm not seeing comments, so I'm wondering if, why isn't it pulling it up? Anyways, if you want to say hi, say hi. Don't know why it's not showing me anything today. Facebook is has a mind of its own. Just need a bit more. And when I start late, I'm always a little more frazzled. Kind of been jumping around. It's our youngest dog's birthday today. She's turning 7. She's in here with me, so hopefully she doesn't start barking. Okay, so we've got some yellow base. And well, I actually realized cinnamon cider is no longer with us, which was always the perfect kind of brownie orangey for the sunflower. And I've put away my retired colors, not very far, but far enough when I'm doing a video with it. It's not handy to go run and get. So I'm using Mango Melody as my orangey, and that's why I kind of used the brown soft suede ink, so that when it bled, it kind of gave that extra brown hue to it. You can see, I'll just pull it up. How's this for fast? I feel like I'm going fast, but then I also feel like it's taking forever. So, oh my goodness. Okay, I'll just add a bit of these higher ones. Give it some dimension. Okay, good enough. Oh, I forgot my middle part. We'll add some soft suede to that. We'll get rid of this orangey color on here. I'm almost out of water. Hopefully I've got enough just to get this done. And I stamped this on shimmery white, so it is able to handle a bit of water. Not too much. You wouldn't want to go over and over in layers or anything, but, and it is starting to curl a little bit, so I've probably got as much water as I can handle. Oh, there we go. Now some comments are coming up. I'll just give it a quick dry because actually I'm not running it through the die. The last you'll see on my sample card when I ran it through the die cut, because I hadn't pre-cut it, it really smudged it and took away the detail. So I just want this to be able to stick onto here. So we need it, oops, dry enough to do that. So it's pretty dry. And then I put adhesive on the back of this, so it should be as easy as peel and stick. The only trick is you have to find where it goes. There is one handy one here where it sticks out. I'm close. I'm close, I'm close. There we go. See, if you find these ones that kind of stick out more, it makes it easier to line it up. I'm so glad that they've kept this one in the catalog. It's been around for quite a while. So there's my sunflower. Then comes the whole hinge fun. Actually, before I do the whole hinge fun, I'm going to do a little bit. I don't want white on white on white. That would be a little too much. I need a piece of scrap here. I made a mess of my beautiful new in color paper, so I'll just use the back of it, even though it's so pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to take some rich raspberry, and this is one of the new masks that are in that new annual catalog. It's a nice one, and I like that they're bigger so they can get good coverage. Now this is quite dark, so I'm going to start in the middle and then I'm going to work my way out so that it kind of goes darker to lighter. Okay. So because it's a bit of a darker color, it doesn't take a lot to get a nice look. And then you've got this beautiful kind of trellis pattern. So I did that. Now I'm going to work on my hinges. So I've got my sunflower here. And what I want is I want to hinge my sunflower. Now the only trick to this, where's my other hinge, is you want kind of a flatter part, and you want to make sure, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, you want your hinge to be higher than the highest point so that when it opens it doesn't get caught. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit. So it would be better if you had a slightly more uniform shape to use, but it works. You just have to be conscious of the fact that it needs to be a little bit higher. So you can see I'm sticking it up, but that's the whole point of using the window sheet, so that it's clear and you won't see it. I'm gonna get a ruler here. Actually, I can probably use some grid paper. Grid paper is so handy to make sure that so I'm going to put this one here, and if we turn the flower so that we have the least, so I'm making sure that this high point is down. And then if I can turn it, maybe I'll, the nice thing with the window sheets too is you can peel it and you can fix it. So I should have used this from the get-go really, so that it's straight there. And then, oops, I'm going to put some here. And like so. So then it should be higher than this point, and we have our hinges. Now we want to hide this. So we're going to take one of our extra pieces and we're going to figure out where it goes here. It should be here. Okay. And then we're going to put some glue. Glue is easiest when you've got kind of these odd shapes because it's kind of hard to put adhesive around, oops, on odd shapes. So then you want to match it up and squish it down so that your flaps are sticking up. So basically you're hiding the hinges on this side of the sunflower because your sunflower is going to hinge up and you're going to see, so that way you have a nice clean back of a sunflower. Okay, then you basically want to put this sunflower in, if you can match it up, here. And you're not gluing it to this time, but you do want to put your hinges onto the back of here. So, I pushed too hard. So when the Stampin' Seal Plus has some mega power. And it doesn't matter if you miss it a little because you're going to glue this down now to your piece here. And then when it's glued, you basically have your card. You've got your hinge. Cool, right? So instead of doing an opening card, I'm running out of glue here. My opening part is my sunflower. Get it centered. Stick it down, and I don't want to stick it down too much because I forgot to put my leaf. So I'll just slide my leaf under here, and then I'll slide my other two leaves. Make sure I'm still on camera because I have a habit of bringing it down. That's the nice thing with using the glue, is you have a bit of fiddle time to get all your pieces in the way you want them before it dries. Okay, and then you would just put it onto here, and you would want to add a sentiment. So here is the finished one. I just stamped the Let's Celebrate You from the same stamp set. I used white embossing powder on black paper and I fussy cut it. And then I just used these champagne rhinestones because they kind of match the copper paper. Pretty, right? And then you would just write your, this one I didn't do as well at missing that little, getting my hinges high enough. But it opens and you can see, so you would write your message in here because it's just one piece. So that's the first one. Now, the next one is, so that was hinged. Now we are going to do a pop-up card, if I can find it in my mess. Oh, I put it down here. Okay. I have a whole pile of stuff here. All right. I used a whole lot of pieces and parts to this one. You can obviously simplify it quite a bit and still make a cool pop-up card. I just had it, so I used it. Why not, right? Excuse me. So again, this is another one that's been around for a while. It's the Butterfly Brilliance. I think it came out last year, but I have used it a lot. The dies are really fun because you can cut out the solid and the butterfly. And actually, I originally stamped the butterfly, if I can find the butterfly, which I did ahead of time. So I stamped it and then I embossed it with white. But then I got thinking I really should have used my vellum and then did a cutout in a color or even in the petal pink and use that instead. But maybe I'll do that another time, or you can try that as well. So I also cut out a piece of just Whisper White. I used those new deckled rectangles, which I love. It just kind of gives it a fun edge instead of a straight edge. And then I used the Stitched Greenery die and I put these nice leaves, because you know, leaves and butterflies go well together. Then I cut out a second butterfly, the exact same one, but I cut it out with the new DSP that is awesome. I don't know if I've shown it yet. It is a huge pack. It is one of our host reward that you can earn or get if you spend a lot of money. If you have a party and your party is over 375, you can choose, I think it's 375. Hang on. You know what? It might just be the 200 mark. Hang on. It's in, so if you're looking in the annual catalog, the rewards for hosts are back here and it tells you your party sales. So you can actually purchase this with, if you spend $200 or more, or if you have a party that earns $200 or more, because you get $20 in rewards with a $200 party. And it's $24. So you would just have to pay the $4 difference, but you could get your hands on all those beautiful papers. They also have discounted stamp sets that you can earn as well. So all this stuff is discount, like a pack of that paper normally would be $40. So you're getting it for $24. So it's a good deal and it's really pretty colors. And there's like, you know, the usual, there's the busy side and then, well, this one's a bit busy, but there's some really nice subdued papers as well, but I really like these colors. So that's what I used for my butterfly. But when I put it here, I thought, well, it's a little too white. It doesn't quite have enough color. So I took out my blending brushes again and I wanted to match things. So I looked on the package and this is Petal Pink and Pool Party and Blackberry Bliss. And I can't remember what the yellow is, but I chose to go with the lighter color to try and keep those colors popping up. So I took Petal Pink and I'm just gonna, I don't know if my stamp pad's not inky. I found when they're lighter colors, it's definitely more difficult to get to go over it more. But it's also hard to tell when you don't have a lot of ink on your, I need to get better at re-inking my stamp pads. I opened my, I think it was pumpkin pie, and I hadn't used it obviously in a very long time because it was completely dry, which I don't think is good for them. It took me a lot to get it. I really had to kind of work it in there to get it re-inked again. So don't let your stamp pads dry out. Mine are right in the direct sun a lot of the time, so I think the heat probably does a little bit of a number on them. Okay, so now I have my inked up paper butterfly, and then I've got my vellum. I'm going to put a strip of sticky tape here because I don't, this is part's gonna stick down. And then I need hinges again, if I can find my hinge here, and my little cutter. So we'll do 1/4 inch again. You could do any size, like it doesn't have to be exact either. And here you'll see why I'm using these ones in a V, but if you wanted to pop up, say, a sentiment, you can, I would score it again and make like a Z. and then and then you put it along your sentiment and it pops up your sentiment. So you can make different shapes depending on what you're popping up. Since this is a butterfly, I keep leaving it open, which is not good. I want this one to stick down flat, so I'm putting glue everywhere. And then I've got this vellum butterfly, and I want his wings to pop up. So, but not just, you know, you could put dimensionals, but then it's forever popped up. This way, when you put it in an envelope, it's flat, and then when someone takes it out, the wings will pop up, which is kind of fun. So once again, I'm going to stick it here, but my things are too long. So I'm just going to cut it down here. And I'll probably go like this. Long and then short. Okay, so we've got too long, too short. And once again, I'm just going to take my Stampin' Seal and I'm going to lay it down for the 4 pieces. And then I'm going to just put that there. I just don't want to hit my tear and tape because I need that to stick to the paper. So just keep that in mind when you're, oops, it's a little long, but it's okay. Here too, it's a little long. Okay, so then I've got my 4 little pieces of acetate, window sheet, whatever you want to call it. And then you're going to want this to stick down. Now, you could stick these pieces down to here. You can put, should I? Yeah, maybe I will. Right? Yeah, because then it'll pop better. You don't have to. I don't think I attached the backs of my samples, so we'll take a look and see the difference if you put it down or if you don't. So just because these are a little narrow, it's harder to put the Stampin' Seal Plus onto this. I'd probably end up sticking them down, which wouldn't be good. So then I'm just gonna remove the backings. Okay, I got those, and then I just need the body of my butterfly here so that it can stick flat. And then I'm going to hold my wings, and I'm going to start with the body and line it up, get that stuck down, and then we'll just stick these down. Oops. Oh, because maybe they're angled. There we go. Okay, so it pops up. And then, I don't know if you can see that it's popping up. So yeah, if you don't stick them down, it allows them to, like, it really pops up. Or if you want it a little more controlled, then it has less pop if you stick it down to the paper. And actually, you know what would be better too, is if, like, you can cut this back so it doesn't show on your paper. If it doesn't, you can go like this, because then it still pops it up, but you're not staring at it when you see the butterfly. So I think this is the way to go. Don't stick it down like I did. Just cut, because now you've got this and it really shows on the butterfly. This way you can cut it back and you've got those wings really flapping. And then I added, these are polished dots. So there's pink ones and there's white ones. So I use the pink since it seems to be a petal pink color. And then I embossed the thanks in clear on white, and then I brushed the petal pink on. And the thanks is from, what was it from? Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, it's from this new season of chic. I saw this and it looked like a good size, and I thought it was because I was trying to fit it into a little label thing, and then I looked at it and it's like, holy moly, it's nice and big. So then I ended up cutting that one out. That's fussy cut again. I don't know if Yolanda's watching, but if she is, she'd be proud of all my fussy cutting. Okay, so that's number 2. That's your pop-up. So as you can see, you could pop up anything, or I could have even put, excuse me, Z's. I'll show you what I mean by a Z. So if I cut a piece here, and then you'd probably want to score it, but I'm going to just cheat here, and I'm going to fold it with my hands. And then you would just cut it. So here I've got a Z, and I would just, obviously you'd need it smaller. I would put it in behind. I would put 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, but probably 2 would do. And so when it's in the card, it would be flat, and then when you take it out, this whole thanks would kind of pop up at you instead of just the stationary dimensionals that we normally use. So that's the next one. Okay. I feel like I am flying through pretty quick. I don't know what, see, all my devices are being used so they don't tell me the time. I really need to put a timer because I've realized a lot of my lives are going pretty long. So last one. So we've done hinged, we've done pop-up. Now we're on to a spinning card, if I can make it work. I've never done this before. I was in the middle of trying to finish it when I realized it's time to go live. So I said to myself, so we will just do this live and see what happens. So let me get all the pieces and parts here. I'm using the Nature's Prints bundle, which is the stamp set and these dies. So it has this kind of wreath-ish die. So I've cut out, I cut out the die, and then I cut out some circles with the new shapes. What are they called? These ones, the Stylish Shapes dies, which are new this year. They have lots of great circles, so I took advantage of these circles. You could use punches as well if you have, or any circles really. So here I've got, I embossed the fern, which is part of the suite as well, I believe. It's the fern embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder. So I embossed a basic white, and then I had embossed another sheet. Now I had originally embossed it after cutting it, but I decided to change the size of the circle. So the fern embossing is looking a little flat because I had pre-embossed it. Then I cut out 5, I think they're 1 inch. It just depends what the size of your stuff is. So it just needs to be smaller than this circle that I've cut out. And this one needs to be a bit bigger than that circle. So that's how I chose all of that. So I just punched out 5 window sheets, 5 circles of window sheets, and then I just glued them all together. You can, I mean, it's ugly. You can see the glue, but I don't care because it's going to be hidden. So I'm really not too worried about how that looks. And then I was planning, which I didn't get to, was this is part of this dies as well. So it matches with some of these sentiments. I'm not sure which one fits. I think they all fit. Let's see. Best wishes is a little tight, but it fits. Heartfelt thanks. Hello, maybe. Let's go with hello. And then I thought I had a piece of white out somewhere here. I think Aspen thinks I'm crazy. She's like, who are you talking to? Why are you talking to yourself? It must be strange for someone's watching me just talk away with nobody else in the room. Or I'm just talking to the dog, so that works too. Okay, I'm gonna stamp this hello there. And this is the new Starry Sky. So I'll take Starry Sky. Whoopsie. Always do a tester to see how it's lined up. If, not that, I mean, I can adjust it once I cut it out, so it's not the end of the world, but if you want to get it straight and you're not cutting it out, it's a good thing to do testers, and the grid paper makes it so much easier to line things up. So there's my hello. Then, pardon me while I just run and cut this at the die machine so I don't have to pull it out. I had everything else prepared for this one. Okay. So I should have everything that we need now to make a spinny card. So let's try it out. Now I'm thinking this is too much white on white on white. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna have to. We may have to blender brush this. My solution to everything today. Not enough color, that's okay. Problem solved. Okay, so that adds a bit of color because I didn't know I like this on the blue. I think maybe that's too white. What do you guys think? Is that too much white? You know what? I could blender brush the ferns, but then it'll look too much like, what do you guys think? Oh, one's gone. The only one that's commenting. Okay. Guess I'll have to make my own decisions. What do you think? I think I'm gonna leave it on white. Yeah. Okay. White it is. So we will stick this down. It always, it's hard to do the Stampin' Plus on an embossed paper because it's already, the fibers are already broken from embossing it. So it's so strong, it just pulls those fibers and starts to tear. So Stampin' Seal Plus does not work great with the embossed part of life. I think then we need to stick this down with something strong. It's going to stick really well. Let's use maybe some turn tape. And I really, oh yeah, see, I wondered. I don't know if the glue is gonna dry on these circles. Like, see, they're moving. Probably will take it a long time. You can see it squishing. I don't know if it'll ever hold. I should have put tear and tape on all the layers. Well, we're just gonna do it, and if it falls apart, we know that don't put glue on window sheets. Has anyone tried gluing window sheets together? Do you know if it works? Let me know. Oopsie, that's centered. Okay. Now, I'm wondering if this is... I think I have to raise this up. So we might want to put... What to put? Some dimensionals maybe, but then it won't spin as well. This right now. I think we want it to stick direct on there. I might have made it too thick because I put an extra layer on here. I think it's too late to pull it off. I might need more, a few more pieces of window sheets to kind of pop it up a little more. So we will cut a few more. So maybe just don't make yours as thick. The other thought I had to use was glue dots. I wish we still had, although they were really thick, but that would have worked too. We used to have those big dots. Put those. The other, I want to play with this one again. I just got the Sweet Songbirds bundle, and I thought it would probably be, if I could somehow create like a nest or something. What's going on? This doesn't want to stick. Let's just stick to my everything else, but if you could make a nest and then have the nest spin, I thought that would be kind of cool. Around the bird, or maybe the birdie spinning. I don't know. That should be, with these dots, it makes it pop up a lot higher, although, oh, it might leave too much space. That's why I used the glue. See, I knew I had a reason. Ooh, yeah, the glue is not sticking. Oh, geez. Okay, we need a... Okay, let's use the glue dot ones because that popped up more. Although I'm afraid it's gonna get caught in between. Let's see if we can do this here. So we need maybe a bit more. Some more glue dots here. The tear and tape worked, so I think the tear and tape is probably what you want to use for this. It's probably your best bet. See, it might get caught in these layers. Let's see. We'll try. See, this is why when we do it live, then you guys learn from my mistakes. And since it's not a direct circle either, yeah, it's going in. What can I put around the edges? Think. Well, it is what it is. Just make sure you glue it down so that the layers are all together. And then this one we'll use tear and tape again, since that was the better way to go. Like so. And then let's peel this up. Peel this up. I'm sure when I peeled it, if I'd left the glued ones there, it just would have all come up. Okay, so it's going to be centered with the circles. I'm not centering it with this kind of fern. There we go. As long as you don't push too hard, it works. Okay. And then we'll pop this up with dimensionals, or we could pop it up with a Z. What do you think? Oh, I have no more dimensionals. Here we go. I could cut it, but so you don't want to put any glue on either side because you don't want it to hold that down. So we're just putting it there like that. And then we have a spinny card. I wonder, I feel like we should attach something. Maybe it needs some bling. Some bling. Let's see, I think there's some in color gems, if I can find them. The new, I really have to, I thought I separated out the new stuff from, like the really new stuff, I usually try to keep separate. But if I did, I'm not sure where I put it. So let me just see if I can find these new, I'm sure I set them aside. Where did I put them? Anyways, I will add them and I will take a picture because I'm not sure what I did with all the bling. The new bling. New bling, where are you? Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. I have too big of a mess right now. I'll clean it up and I'll find my in color bling and I'll add it and then I'll post a picture. But, so just to recap, woo, don't leave the glue on there. Okay. Recap of our cards. Let's move all the garbage out of the way so it looks better. We've got our spinny card. We've got our butterfly. And we've got our sunflower. Very springy, colorful cards today. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next Wednesday. All right, take care. Bye.